It was like something really was stuck in my craw when I was like, wait a minute. So they were waiting on a third temple so they can start sacrificing again, only for someone to go in there and stop the sacrificing. And I was like, but they
Right.
haven't been sacrificing for supposedly 2,000 years. So what if it was made desolate then? Because I remember just thinking like that. It's like it kind of in that narrow dispensational view. It's like they have to have a third temple. They have to just build it just for the Antichrist.
For the Antichrist. Why would they want to do that in the first place?
Right. So it can't be the temple of God because it won't be for the temple of God because God doesn't dwell in, buildings made of human hands anymore. He dwells
Yeah.
in us, the
Yeah.
temple of the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
And yeah, Jesus is the cornerstone of the new temple. And as Peter said, that we're living stones of that temple. And so that's the view, but it's like there has to be a third temple because what else is the Antichrist going to go into? I was like, well, what if he already did that? What if it was made desolate back then? The reason people believe in a 2,000-year gap is like it was probably a 1,500-year gap with the first time somebody said that because it puts them in that specific time. We were raised up for such a time as this because we're special. You don't have to really try real hard to get people to believe that they're special and they're living in the most special time ever.
Right.
But yeah, it's convenient and it's obviously not in the Bible that says this is going to be, that's one thing the Bible is really specific about a lot of times when it's talking about certain prophecies, like because God can call his shot because he's God.
Yeah.
Something like Nostradamus could just predict, just throw a bunch of darts against the wall and maybe one of them will stick.
Yeah.
But our God is giving specific instructions. That's another thing in the book of Daniel. Daniel is told to seal up the prophecy until the times of the end by the angel.
Yeah.
And then the book of Revelation, by contrast, says, do not seal up this prophecy because the time is at hand. So if the book of Revelation was not going to happen for 2,000 years and the Daniel prophecies were intended for about 500 years from then, I'm saying like this, like there's an issue here because one of them is very specific, like it's happening now. Even Jesus tells John in Revelation that you're going to see the things that are and the things that must soon come to pass.